Yep, my name is Brad, and I own and manage MotionWorks KK. And I'm originally from America, but I've been here in Japan for over 20 years and mostly been involved with consulting, recruiting, and employer branding. And at MotionWorks, we have a few different brands, so I'll just quickly cover these. But MotionWorks Media is focused on helping companies with strategic employer branding. MotionWorks Careers is focused on giving career advice and matching candidates with opportunities in the market. And we also have MotionWorks Learning, which is an online learning and training platform that we've been developing. And this webinar today is focused around MotionWorks Careers and helping people brand themselves better on LinkedIn, whether you are looking for new opportunities or just trying to boost your overall profile and engagement on LinkedIn. So, I've been using LinkedIn since around 2007. And yeah, it's definitely changed a lot in that time. And, it did start out as a kind of a professional networking platform, but it has now definitely transformed into more of a branding platform. So, this webinar session will highlight some of the best practices in today's market with some of the more upgraded features in LinkedIn in order to have more engagement on the platform. And in this session, in session one yesterday, we covered the basics, basic fields that can, make your profile stand out. And today in session two, we're going to, expand on that and show, how recruiters are using LinkedIn to find people and help you use AI tools to make your profile more searchable and stand out. And I will follow up with some takeaways and tasks to have you review and refine your own profile. So this session is really it's more informative, just to help people who are looking to change jobs have more chances to be found by recruiters. We will also cover some points about the importance of posting content and sharing your professional knowledge on LinkedIn as well. Okay, so I'll just dive into, this is a little background of the market here in Japan. So I did cover a bit about this in yesterday's session, and I think information is worth repeating. So I'm just going to cover this again. And, for me, I've been involved in the recruitment market here in Japan and Asia Pacific area for, over 20 years. And it has not really gotten any easier as a recruiter or as a job seeker in the market. And, we've been in what we call a candidate-centric market, which means, there are more jobs than job seekers. And this data was pulled from a few different sources and shows the year-on-year change in the job to candidate ratio. And, I think currently the number for 2025 is probably going to be around the same as it was in 2024, which is about 1.25 or probably higher. And, overall, that means that, the economy is doing well, but it's harder for companies to hire the right person or secure the right person because job seekers have just more options in the market, right? So for job seekers on LinkedIn, that means that you will be, you'll probably get contacted more often by recruiters, which can be both good and bad. The good part is that it gives you a lot more chances and opportunities in the market. The bad part is that it is becoming more competitive to stand out with professionals in the same industry, right? Okay, so LinkedIn is super valuable as a resource for recruiters and has been for a really long time, especially in Japan. For companies recruiting in Japan, both agencies and direct hire companies can use the paid platform called LinkedIn Recruiter to search for candidates. And it's really a very powerful tool that can connect and reach potential talent. And now the challenge in Japan is that, there are currently about 5 million users on LinkedIn, which is not a lot in the big scope of things. Um, and, there's a growing list of companies and recruiting agencies using LinkedIn Recruiter. So all of them are constantly searching LinkedIn and using the tools, to find the right people. But I find as a recruiter myself is that many users in Japan are not really active, and their profiles are limited in context to what their actual experience is. I often see people create a profile, but they only put the bare minimum, like their employment history, company names, dates, and titles, but they're not really adding anything else to their profile or really using the LinkedIn platform to their advantage. So, this is the challenge for recruiters and hiring managers on LinkedIn. And many job seekers in Japan are on LinkedIn, but their profiles are often hard to come up in searches since there's not enough information to match them with open positions. So this section is really focused on understanding how LinkedIn Recruiter works and which fields and sections you need to improve in order for your profile to kind of come up better in searches. So this is just a quick overview of the selling points of LinkedIn Recruiter. It basically will search the entire database in LinkedIn and the talent pool with all of its filters and more recently the AI filtering and stuff. And obviously, it can identify passive candidates in the market, not only the active ones. And of course, you can send scout mails or in mails as well. And then it also acts as like kind of an applicant tracking system or an ATS system where you can track people as well. But if we look at the actual fields and the functions, I'll give you a breakdown of the main fields that are used to search for candidates. These are the core fields on the left that can be searched in LinkedIn Recruiter, but it can expand to advanced search filters, which are over here. And which can zero in on categories such as seniority level, company size, year of graduation, languages, etc. And there are two different types of recruiter accounts, which are the standard LinkedIn Recruiter and Recruiter Lite. The screenshots that I'm showing you today in this webinar are the Recruiter Lite fields, but the standard version has more filters and a wider candidate reach, but the search functionality is basically the same. Okay, so with job titles, this is what we call kind of a hard-coded field, which means that the titles that have this icon here on the left are common titles that many people have put on their profile. So that means that if I search for managing director titles, it will pull up profiles based on that exact job title, right? And it'll highlight it in the search results. You can also search for current or past positions that had that job title as well. So as a job seeker, it's often better to use the hard-coded job titles from this list on your profile in order to come up more often in searches. And yeah, I talked a little about this yesterday as well, but if you have a title that is not exactly the same as some of the hard-coded list titles, your profile could still come up, but these are often secondary or less common job titles. So it is better to use the more common job titles from the hard-coded list. If you do put in a less common title, your profile will still come up in searches, especially if they use like Boolean strings or add similar titles in their search. And the LinkedIn algorithm will, of course, find it, but it's not so it's not a deal breaker if you put in a different type of job title, but your profile might not come up at the top of the search list if the title is less common. Also, I mentioned this a bit before, but also try and avoid unusual or trendy titles like software wizard or something, because recruiters often will not search for these types of job titles, right? So keep them more in line with the common or the most common ones. And also for locations, many people put where they live versus where they want to work or where they can work. This field is pretty wide, and I personally find it hard to search for locations sometimes with the results that come up. But in general, this field will pull up any and all variations or cities within that area that people have added as their location. So if I type Japan, this is going to be a very wide, macro type search, and it will pull up every city in Japan. So this search would give you a very wide list of profiles, which is good, but probably too many profiles to look through. So most recruiters will do more of a narrowed down search for major cities, where their company or their client's company or the position is going to be located. And this screen, shot shows why, I often have problems searching locations, since there are just so many variations in LinkedIn that people put, such as Tokyo, Japan, or Tokyo, Japan. I've even seen like Tokyo, Tokyo. So it's really confusing sometimes with the amount or the volume of cities and locations that people put in. So this field is a bit challenging to navigate for recruiters, but many people put the ku or the ward in Japan on their location, which is useful, but it can often limit the chances of your profile coming up in searches if the recruiter is using larger cities instead of wards or specific cities. So it's safer to put your location as the most common city that comes up in the list when you type it. And you may want to put your location as a preference of work location versus where you actually live. But again, if you are only looking for remote work or flexible on location and may be able to relocate as well, that's where this function also is available here, which is the searchable field. Then the actual location doesn't really matter, but it really just depends on your case. So the skills field will search for any of the skills or skill keywords listed on your entire profile. So it is important to add skills in as many areas in your profile as possible in order to come up more often in searches. Sometimes people just put it in one area and they don't put it in multiple areas. And this is where AI can really help. LinkedIn has improved a lot, with its AI function in the recruiter fields, and it is becoming easier to search for words in context and using, natural language and semantic searches. So again, if you put your core skills in your headline, skill section, and in places like your about section or details of your job, your profile will most likely come up more often in searches. And again, we talked about this a bit yesterday as well, but take advantage of AI tools to enhance your overall profile and show up more in searches for specific jobs. And I think one of the strongest features of AI tools is the ability to audit or evaluate your LinkedIn profile. This technique does take time, but if you start experimenting with prompts for key sections like the about or skills or work experience and other text fields that are searchable, this will increase your chances of appearing more often in results, in search results, and more often on top if it's more of an exact match. But remember that with AI tools, they're only tools, right? So make sure you read and check any recommendations they make for accuracy and relevancy. AI is useful, but it can and does make mistakes. So always cross-check anything they suggest before you actually post it on your profile. And as the LinkedIn algorithms and AI search tools are developing, it is important as a job seeker to kind of adapt and revise your profile, to stay current with the search trends. And here's some other ways to increase your chances of being seen by recruiters. Getting certified and staying competitive within your industry is definitely going to help you get noticed and get some reach. So LinkedIn has been very proactive working with companies to offer official certifications on the LinkedIn platform. So getting certified on LinkedIn is a good workaround, but this is a paid premium feature that allows access to LinkedIn learning content, right? But I have found that there are a lot of good courses that can help boost your career opportunities and get noticed more on LinkedIn. However, that does not mean that you only can get certified on LinkedIn Premium. Of course, you can use third-party certification courses like Microsoft, Udemy, Coursera, and others. And that certification to your skills section and even your headline section, right? And I've found a lot of them are actually free. Most of them on LinkedIn are free unless they're very specific or longer certifications. But a lot of these are free. They just take time to kind of complete and everything. But if you do have them, you should take them and promote it on your profile. It's also a good idea to create a post on your profile and attach the certificate so it shows up on your profile section and it shows up as a post. With the free version, it does give you options to put your certifications in a specific area, and those are searchable as well. So if you are looking to level up your career, start looking for courses or certifications that can boost your career and get noticed by recruiters and the professional community. Okay, so that was the quick and dirty rundown of today's session. But in general, just to review some of the main points, understand how LinkedIn Recruiter works and how recruiters are using it to search fields. Review the key sections that trigger search results, such as the headline part, skills, the about section, and job details that can contain multiple keywords. And yeah, get certified within your industry and your job scope, either through LinkedIn Learning certifications or other third-party certification platforms. And make sure and put your certification in your profile or heading or skills list. And use and take advantage of AI tools to review and enhance your overall profile. And always remember to verify the suggestions and cross-check for accuracy and relevancy. So in short, remember to complete all the core sections in your profile to make it more appealing and engaging for people who view it. And if you are looking to change jobs or seek a new opportunity, these tips will help you get noticed by recruiters, and your profile will come up more often in searches, which can increase your chances of getting noticed and hopefully getting an interview. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching today, and I hope these tips will help you improve your overall profile on LinkedIn and get you noticed more by recruiters and hiring managers. Tomorrow is the final session in the series on how to be more proactive on LinkedIn and engage with a wider audience. So hopefully you guys can join that tomorrow as well. And if you are interested in having me review your profile and suggest ways to change it, you can, of course, feel free to contact me directly or book a call on my calendar. So yeah, hopefully these were useful for you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to supporting your career. Stay tuned for more great content from MotionWorks Careers.